Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Moonwolves' channel, and basically this channel is going to talk about fitness, bodybuilding, and in particular I'm going to be talking about the early years of competitive women's bodybuilding. Now that's from between 1980 and 1983, which I consider the golden years of women's bodybuilding. Well, I consider myself a self-proclaimed historian of that era of the sport. So, as my first video, I'm just going to briefly introduce myself, and you're all going to be thinking, why? Has he got the name Moonwolves? Which, okay, so Moonwolves. Why have I got that name? Basically, I'm a big fan of the Twilight movies. So the first name, Twilight, New Moon, and wolves as in the wolf pack in Twilight. So Moon Wolves, and I'm based in England. I'm in my mid-30s and I'm a mature student, and of course I take an interest in fitness and bodybuilding and general keeping fit and whatnot. So we are going to move on to the reason why I've uploaded this video, which is a review of two excellent bodybuilding manuals. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Flex Appeal. I have the book right here. Just gonna show that to you there. And the author of this book, of course, we have Rachel McLish, who was the first Miss Olympia champion. She was a 1980 and 1982 Miss Olympia champion. And there is a very long story about this book. It is quite long-winded, but it's really important that I tell you the story behind why I find this book to be so great. So going back about 10 years, I wasn't doing so well in my education. I was flunking university. My personal life wasn't too good, and I didn't do too well when I graduated, and I wasn't able to get into the career I wanted, and I was in a bit of a, I'd say, at a low stage in my life. So my late cousin's ex-girlfriend at that time, she was also a bodybuilder. She lent me her copy of Flex Appeal, and I kind of looked at it and I thought, okay, yeah, I'll give it a go. I mean, it's I know of the author. I've seen her on TV and whatnot in the past, and I thought, all right, I'll see how it goes. And I had a read of it, and I read it about maybe 10 times until I started to get the message of this book. And what I find very different about this book compared to other bodybuilding manuals is that each chapter is very intricately laid out. Now, by that I mean that every single chapter goes through each body part and talks about the mechanics of each body part. I mean, what is a function of, let's say, the bicep, and then it goes through the actual mechanism behind each exercise. For example, if I talk about developing the thighs, each chapter would talk about each exercise, let's say the squat, and the reason why you are executing the squat and how that's going to stimulate the muscle. And many other bodybuilding books don't even go into that kind of intricate detail. And then further into reading this book, I found that this book goes through a lot of philosophies about training as well. Why are you training? Why are you actually exercising? this is for your personal well-being, your personal health. And then by further reading along these chapters, I found that this book talks about life in general, in terms of building your inner character, building up your morals. And now you'll be wondering, well, okay, why would a bodybuilding book be talking about morals and whatnot? Now, there's a famous saying called, let me think, what's the word? Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. Now, this book talks about building up your physical power, your physical strength. However, we always hear about people wanting to build up strength, becoming strong. We always hear about certain countries wanting to, let's say, develop nuclear weapons. But where is the self-control? Where are the morals? There's no point in being strong and powerful if you haven't got the mental development to control this strength and power. Yeah, so this book really talks about mentally developing yourself as well, developing your character, developing your determination. For example, me being a student, I could have a very bad day at university or something like that, and my projects aren't working out. I'm not motivated to finish off my report, and then I come home and bedtime reading for me is Flex Appeal, and it basically helps me to reignite my motivation to go out there and face the world again, because this book literally has every single thing that you need to know about building up your inner strength, building up your confidence. It even goes as far as mentioning building up your faith in God, if that's what you believe in, and how to apply your trust and faith in God to go out and meet every single challenge that life throws at you. So I can basically say that this book is my Bible, because this book has guided me throughout every single trial and tribulation, and by applying every single thing that I've read in this book to so many aspects of my personal life, that things have just worked out. Basically, I got my act together and I got myself a job in the field that I wanted, and then a few years ago I went back to university. I got the grades that I wanted, and now I'm doing a PhD with a scholarship, which is great. And not only that, this book has really helped me to improve my health, because before then I wasn't in really good shape, and now things are really looking up. So I highly recommend this book. It is a personal training philosophy, but when I mean training philosophy, don't just take this as physical training at face value. This is a philosophy on life. Treat this as your Bible, as I would, if that's what you want to do. But this book is very rare now. It's been out of print for quite a time, and I was lucky enough to find this copy on eBay, and I keep this book with me wherever I go. Basically, it's my bedtime reading, it's my traveling manual, it's my personal Bible as well. So yeah, so this ends my review of Flex Appeal. Excellent. And now I'm going to briefly talk about the second book, called Perfect Parts. Now, this is the book. Just going to show this to you. Of course, authored by Rachel McLish again. And I think this was released or published in 1987, if I'm correct. This is a more condensed form of flex appeal, in that it basically says discover how beautiful you can be in only 30 minutes training per week. But you have to remember how many body parts you have. You have your bicep, you have your chest, you've got your shoulders. So that's 30 minutes per body part a week. So you would train your biceps one day or thighs one day. And I highly recommend this book to beginning and intermediate bodybuilders, because it goes through the basics of each exercise, and of course, just like flex appeal, how you would execute the exercise in terms of the technique and how that will build muscle. However, I can't really go into a hell of a lot of detail about this book, because I only got this book in the post a couple of weeks ago from eBay again, and I've only read the first 2 chapters, but so far I would say it's excellent. So yes, this ends my review of these 2 excellent books. If you can get hold of them, I highly recommend these books to you. They are excellent manuals, bodybuilding manuals, philosophy manuals, whatever you'd like to call flex appeal. But I just think that flex appeal is a manual which will guide you through everything in life. It will guide you to be a better person. It will guide you to be better at whatever you want to try. If you want to be a better basketball player, you can apply the philosophies of flex appeal to being a great basketball player. You want to be a better politician, or you want to be better at your studies at university. Applying flex appeal to anything in life, you can do that. So this is one good thing that the author Rachel McLish has done with these books, is that it's very interesting how she's laid out flex appeal in terms of the fact that she has put her heart and soul into this book. She hasn't just gone out and put a book out there which is just talking about basic exercises and everything. You can actually see the author's psyche in these books, that the author is really reaching out to you as a reader, saying, okay, yes, I'm going to give you these tools, and I'm going to show you how to apply these tools. But this book talks about inspiring people. Yeah. Now, we can all go about life willy-nilly, just going to work 9 till 5, blindly doing your work, and not really having much of a personal sense of achievement or goals in life, or to be great. So what the author is trying to say is that you can do everything you want in life, but be great at it. Be a great family man, be a great father, be a great wife, and of course be great in the gym. And this is what I have to say. So please, if you can get yourself a copy of Flex Appeal, it will really help you to just develop yourself as a person, your inner character. And I can say that if everybody had a copy of this book, the world would be a much better place to be in. I can assure you that. By applying this philosophy to my life, it's really helped me to overcome any kind of personality issues that I may have had. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with me, but there's always things that everybody can work on. Everybody has issues in life, everybody has their strengths, everybody has their weaknesses, but we need to take hold of these weaknesses and work on them. How are you going to work on them? Let me think. Flex Appeal. Are you having problems developing your bicep muscles? Flex appeal. Are you having problems with your marriage? Flex appeal. So there you go. Well, I'm just going to stop ranting on about this book, but yeah, I highly recommend it, and I hope you've all got the message. And this ends my review for these books. Excellent books. And before I close off this review, I'm going to briefly mention a DVD which I'm going to talk about in my next video, which is called Pumping Iron 2. I've got the DVD here, which is basically based on the Caesars World Cup Women's Bodybuilding Championship, which was held in 1983, and just going to talk about the actual controversies about what happened backstage and whatnot, but we will leave that for a future review. So I hope I haven't bored you guys, but I hope you've enjoyed my review of my books, and thank you very much, and speak to you soon.